Hello everybody, welcome back and welcome to a new video. Thank you for being here if you're watching. I do hope that you're busy doing laundry or cooking or something, because I am just going to be sitting here chatting today, and it's one of those videos that's just nice to have on in the background whilst you're doing something else. So I'm sorry if I'm acting a bit strange. I have a blocked ear and it's really bugging me, so if I'm doing some weird things with my head through this video, that is why. And if anybody has any tips on what to do with blocked ears, please let me know, because I've tried putting like hot water and steam and olive oil and shaking my head and yawning and all the things, and I can't seem to clear it. And I don't know if it's allergies or what it is, but it's very, very frustrating, and I'm occasionally getting dizzy, so it's really bothering me. But anyway, enough about that, and on to today's video. Today we're going to be talking all about solo parenting, and by solo parenting I do not mean single parenting, because by no means am I a single parent. I have my husband who helps, but he does work a very demanding job, and it's very demanding hours, and it's not like a set 9 to 5, so he's not always here to give me a helping hand, and I do pretty much do most days with the boys on my own. So yeah, it's kind of solo parenting top tips with twins, although most of these tips can be applied to singletons as well. So I guess this kind of relates to everybody, because maybe your partner works away from home Monday to Friday, maybe he takes a lot of work trips like mine, or maybe he even works a demanding 9 to 5, so you have the full day on your own. Or, I'm not forgetting the dads here, maybe you are a stay-at-home dad. Same goes to you if your wife works. So yeah, it's just basically about solo parenting and some tips. So for anybody that may be not familiar with my situation, I am living miles and miles away from where I grew up. So I do not have friends and family here in California, Los Angeles specifically. We moved here about 6-7 months ago now, or no, a bit more than that. Back in May 2021, and we knew very, very little people, so I didn't have friends and family that I could call upon just to have a break or to escape or just to go and do things for myself. So if you can relate to that as well, then welcome. I'm glad you're here, and hopefully you'll get some advice from this, or hopefully you'll get some tips that you didn't do or that you're struggling to do to implement into your weeks. And yeah, I hope you find this helpful in some way or another. So let's get started. I will try and timestamp this as well. I'm going to list 10 tips, unless you just want to like grab and run through them quickly. There, it will be timestamped at the bottom. So number 1 is stick to a schedule. Now you've probably heard this time and time again from me, because I am a firm believer in schedules, but it's really helped me, and especially with twins, this is going to be my top tip for twin parents, because if you don't stick to a schedule, you're going to have very, very little time for yourself and make it near impossible to get anything else done but care for your little ones. So definitely stick to a routine and a schedule, even if it just be like small things in your days, like bath time, bedtime, or the meal times, snack times. Just try and have some consistency with your days. It will make your day and their day so much easier. And I'm sure the little ones do thrive off a schedule. They know what's coming, they know when it's going to happen, and they know what to expect next. For me, I found going for a walk every day. We have a dog who is still a puppy, I guess. He's 3 and he's a golden retriever. He's got a lot of energy. So we take him for a walk every morning around 9 o'clock. And the boys, they know they're about to go in the stroller. They know what they're going to do. They know they're going to have a snack on the walk, and they look forward to it. They literally go outside and try and climb into the stroller before we've even gone. And I know some children aren't very good at sitting in the stroller for long periods of time. And please, I hope I'm not speaking too soon, but they're really good at it at the moment, and they are very, very chill and relaxed in there. So it makes my life a lot easier just to know that I can get out of the house like that, and that job is done every day without fail. My tip number 2 is going to be along the same lines, and that is get out of the house every damn day if you can. Obviously, if you're not feeling well or anything is going on emotionally or physically, then obviously you may not be able to, but if you can, get out of the house, because there's been days when I haven't felt like it, when I've gone out looking a complete and utter mess. That's most days actually, or even I've just felt hectic and not prepared and not like packed my bags and things like that. But I can't tell you a time that I've regretted going out. I always come back feeling so much better. It gives the boys a change of scenery, me a change of scenery. You kind of forget any stresses that are going on in the house, and it just shifts your mood really. And I really advise getting out of the house. Sorry if you can hear the dog barking, I've got the door open there, so you may hear him barking or a few cars going past, so apologies about that. Yeah, so yeah, definitely try and get out of the house every day. It really helps change up your mood, and it's just physically and mentally really good for you to get some fresh air. Hendrix! We're off to a great start here. Moving on, tip number 3 is going to be network. Now, for me personally, living away from home and not having many friends and family for support here, I knew that this was going to be vital for me. So I went above and beyond to sort of meet people and make connections where I could, and thankfully I've made more friends than I ever did living away when I was single or when I was without the boys. It's just been so much easier having a mum network and finding people in similar situations, which amazes me because I always thought this would be the hardest time to meet people. But yeah, I use an app called Peanut, which I really recommend. It's purely for mums, I think. Don't count me on that, but I think. And yeah, it's been great. We've met like a group of maybe 30 women, all with babies similar ages, all in the same location, and we do meet up a lot. Not all of us, but like specifically a few that I bonded with quickly, and we meet up every week, twice a week, and do play dates and things like that. And it's just so lovely having people that you can chat to, especially if you haven't got family close by, or that you can call if you're having a hard day, or that you can count on that lives close by if your spouse is away for long periods of time. Just in case you had an emergency or anything like that, it's always good to have connections and people close by that you know and that you can count on. Tip number 4, right, this is a bit more of a complex one, but plan ahead. Now, I mean this in a very broad spectrum. I literally mean like plan what your meals are going to be, plan if you need to pack your bags the night before a hectic, busy day. Maybe your child is going to nursery, pack his bag and your bag or her bag the night before, so you've got everything ready to go in the morning, so you don't have to stress about that when you're rushing out of the house. Prep meals beforehand if you can, whether that be yours or your little ones. I find that is one of the most like time-consuming thing, just thinking about food. So if you have a plan of what you're going to eat and have the food prepped in any way, that's going to be a lifesaver, a time saver, and just something that you can take off your list of things to do. Maybe you could do what they call a click and collect in the UK. Here, I'm not sure what they call it or even if they have a name, but I know you can do it in Whole Foods, where you can purchase everything and then just go drive curbside and pick it up. I think it's called curbside pickup now, I've said that. Maybe you can do that with groceries. I personally like to go to the shops myself, and me and Alid, if he is out of town for a considerable amount of time or has a very busy work week, we will make sure that we have everything in for the foreseeable days that we need, at least so that I don't have to do like a full big shop with the boys, and then I can always pop out and just get essentials like milk or diapers or something that we need urgently with them on my own. So yeah, I'm trying to think of other things that you can plan ahead of time. Maybe like outfits that you're gonna wear, shower the night before so you don't have to do that in the morning. There's just so many little things you can do in the evenings when the babies are sleeping, just to make your life easier the next day and feel a bit more relaxed knowing that those things are under control. Okay, going on to tip number 5. We're halfway through. I am steaming through this. I didn't want to do too long a video this week because I am very aware that I make very long videos a lot of the time. So this is a nice short but sweet one for you guys. So number 5 is going to be take some time for yourself. Make sure you have some me time. I know this is cliche and everybody says it, and you think me time when you're solo parenting is near impossible, but I don't mean some big half an hour break or hour break to have me time. I just mean 5 or 10 minutes where you can squeeze it in, even if it's squeezing it in when your children are awake. Maybe they're busy watching something or playing with something. Go and put a face mask on or do something for you that you love to do. Personally, I love doing this. I love filming YouTube. I make sure that I'm filming 2 videos a week at the moment, and I'm finding time to do that. I'm planning it out. I'm making sure I'm doing it in nap time or editing when they're in bed, things like that. But you know, it could be as simple as doing your nails in the evening, taking a bath in the evening, reading a book while they nap, or maybe taking a nap when they nap. Just doing something for yourself, because there's always going to be a list of jobs sky high that you need to do. I don't know anybody that doesn't feel that way as a mum. Oh my gosh, my battery is flashing, so I will be right back. So yeah, as I was saying, your babies need you to be at your best. So if that means taking half an hour here and there when you can, and leaving the house to be a mess and unorganized and untidy and unclean, then so be it. You do need your time and your own rest and your own break. So take it whenever you can. Whenever you have 5 minutes or you need 10 minutes, just go and take it. Tip number 6, find time to have a night out, or a girls' day out, or a day out with your mum, or even time with your husband, I guess, if he's at home. But this obviously doesn't count if you're solo parenting. But you need time outside of being a mum. I found that the girls that I met through this networking, we do a girls' night out once a month, which originally I was like, well, that's not very often, but it comes around so fast and I really look forward to it. And it's the perfect amount, in all honesty. Like, I get so tired with day-to-day stuff. I couldn't be going out every week. There's just no way. So the once a month night that we go out, girls' night, is just such a release. We get to talk about everything, we get to moan and vent and laugh, and it's just everything that you need to keep you going and to know that you're not alone in this journey. So I highly recommend finding that change of scenery and change of routine, I guess. Just get out and do something totally different and have a good laugh. Tip number 7 is going to be find or set up a safe space in your house. Now, we moved into this house and we had like a garage conversion that had already been done, which was like a spare room, I guess, in a sense, that we had no plans for. So we decided to make it a playroom, and we've sort of set it up so that there's nothing in there that could harm the boys. Obviously they do need supervision, they're still very young, but I can leave them in there and run to the toilet, or go and do some washing up, or just little things, pop outside and sort the dog out. And I know that they're pretty much safe in there, and they're preoccupied with the TV or their toys or books and things like that. I know a lot of my friends have stair gates set up around the house so that their children can't get into the kitchen or get into certain rooms, which also is a great idea. I haven't done that, and I very quickly realized that they not only can open doors now, they can open the locks on the doors. So our whole house is hard to sort of cordon them off, but we do have a stair gate into the playroom that I was talking about, so I can trap them in there if needed. My next top tip, and this is going to be a twin-based tip, and that is if you're solo parenting and you're with both children at one time and things get a bit crazy. My tip is distraction. Guys, I will go to this again and again, and it's simply the only way that I think I can avoid horrible situations, even in the house. If I'm losing the plot because they're crying all the time, or fighting, or if we're out and they're crying and I'm in a public place and I'm like, oh my god, this is embarrassing. Distraction really is my only method of advice, because if you had a new toy or a new book or just something in your bag at all times that you know they're going to be excited to see, it can really calm them down in any situation. And I use that a lot. If I'm in the house and they're fighting or they're crying, I distract them, because it saves me from having a baby on my shoulder crying all the time and having to sit down and comfort him. I distract them with a toy or with something else that I know they're going to love, and take them away from that situation, and they soon stop crying and we have peace again for a couple of minutes before it all happens again. But that's what I've really found to be the key with twins. People ask me all the time when I'm out, oh my gosh, what do you do if they both cry? And that is really the only thing you can do, is distract them. Put something on the TV that they love, or give them a snack that they love, or just do something to take them away from whatever they're thinking about that's making them upset, because you can't help two screaming, crying babies in one go. When you're alone, you'd only have 2 hands. Tip number 9, break up your routine. I know I said my first tip was stick to a schedule, but you sometimes need to just escape that schedule. It becomes so mundane, day after day, same thing, same times, same this, same that. Even this morning I was like, oh my God, here we go again. We clean up their breakfast, we go for a walk, same. And when I was used to just taking the day as it goes, doing different things for myself. So my advice for this is try and break up your week. Maybe utilize the weekends to do this. Try and see some friends that can help you with the twins, or if your partner's home and he's not busy working and you're not solo parenting, organize some things to do together with the children, or something that you can do, a date night. I know for me, there's a lot of places that I can't go with the boys on my own, certain parks that I just panic that they're running everywhere and they're going to hurt themselves. So I'll save those and we'll go on the weekend. I'll go with Alid there, or we'll just do some things like go to the beach that I struggle to do on my own. Even just go and do a big grocery shop, because I can't do that with the boys on my own. So just find things that you can't do when you're solo parenting that you can break up your routine with. If I don't have Alid around and he's away for a long period of time, I will ask my friends if they can help, if they can come around and do a play date, or if I can go to their house. As long as I know I have an extra set of hands and eyes, then it makes me relax in so many ways, because I don't have to worry about them as much. I know they've got my back. So I do that a lot, and also I will venture to some stressful parks if I know my friends are there, because they're really good with knowing that I cannot watch them both at the same time, so they help me with that. And it just keeps you going. It makes your days just fly by because you've got something to look forward to, and it just changes up the routine, which is great for them as well. And last but not least, tip number 10. You'll have heard this as well, because I know it's very cliche, but get help wherever you can get help. Now, I would probably say a year on from having the boys that family is probably the best help that you could ever get, because you don't owe them anything and they're happy to help and they would love to help. But if you don't have family and friends and people like that close by, and maybe financially you can't afford babysitters or nannies and things like that, then find help in other areas. Maybe it's a cleaner, maybe it's a dog walker. For us, it has been meals, all to do with food, because it's such a stressor in our life. So we signed up for Home Chef when we had the boys, and we didn't know how it was going to go, but we haven't got rid of it since. We get 2 or 3 meals a week normally. There's been a couple of weeks here and there that we haven't had any, for example this week, because you just don't fancy some of the meals that they're offering. But it has been a lifesaver. Honestly, it takes away all the hassle of thinking about what you're going to eat and when you're going to eat it and what ingredients you need and what you need to buy. It all comes in a box, in a packet. The cooking time varies from like 10 minutes to 40 minutes depending what meal you pick, and you can also pick meals based on that, which we tend to do because we do that 15-minute meal kits, which you literally mix in a tray and put in the oven and it's done. So easy. And especially if you're solo parenting, you could get these meals and each kit would probably do 2 dinners for yourself. So that might be something that you could think about doing, especially if you're alone in the week without your partner around to help cook and prep dinners and things like that. I would definitely use family if I was closer to home. I would love to have my mum come and help me out, but you know, this is the situation, so we'll make it as best as we can. But yeah, they're my tips. Most of them you can use for singletons as well as twins. And yeah, I hope it helps all of you other solo parents out there like me. And keep up the good work, guys. This is so hard, but it's so rewarding at the same time. And you are doing fab. If no one's told you, you're doing an amazing job. So yeah, that's it from me today, and I will see you next time. No idea what my video is going to be, but I'm hoping there's going to be a beach day coming up soon. So please subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.